Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the morning chat. Well, I tell you what's on my mind in the morning time. How you doing, YouTube? How you doing, Instagram Live? I hope you all had a restful night's sleep. I did. That's the reason why I'm coming on at 9:16 and not 7:16. Hello. By the time I actually found my way to sleep, it was 7:16. So I went ahead and slept. As you can see, because I'm going to be coming on late today, it's because I'm home because I am due to have a procedure tomorrow. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about it. You know how it is when I'm home. When I'm not working, my morning chats last a good hour, like the news. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not coming with the news right now. I am coming with um just ish I want to talk about. How you talking about? What you saying? What you doing? What you doing? Why you doing it? Okay. Before I go any further, I thought I'd give you a little light over here, but I'm also recognizing it's kind of dark on the video. So I'm gonna turn the light on over here so it gives me a little light. I'm gonna let it shine again. Yeah. It's still dark, but it's lighter than it till until I can get me some more lighting. Lord, Lord. So I hope you all are doing well this morning. Um, like I said, I'm coming on late, and because I have a procedure that I have to do tomorrow, and I have to prep today. So, which I ain't going to work when I'm prepping for this type of procedure. What procedure you talking about that causes you to have to stay home the day before the procedure? Well, it is my first colonoscopy, preventative test to make sure I don't have any cancerous cells or polyps or anything in my intestines. So, yes, I need to get tested. Okay. And if you are African American, black, if you look like me and you're 40, between 45 and 50, and you have insurance that pays for your preventative testing, get this done. Okay. Now it took me a while. I could have probably tried to get tested because I even worked in the gastroenterologist's office for a little bit there back in 2017. Okay, and I sure didn't try to get them. It's like, well, I'm 45. Can you? Or I'm 47. I think I was like 46, 47 back then. And I said I should have said, hook me up with a colonoscopy then. But child, I didn't, and I'm kind of happy I didn't. But I have to take this soup prep, or what do they call it? It's a sodium sulfite potassium. I'm going to start taking that later on today with a lot of water, child. I got water. Okay, but I don't have to take it right now. I will start taking it in a couple of hours, like once I get off of here. Now, my doctor said it's okay for me to drink clear liquids. So I'm choosing to do like a clear tea because what you don't want to do is what you don't want to do when you're taking a colonoscopy is when you're prepping the day before. Matter of fact, my doctor even told me, instructed me to start prepping like 7 days ahead by stop taking blood thinner type medications and ingredients like garlic and ginkgo biloba, any type of thing like that. You stop that 7 days. So back on Saturday, I had to stop doing all that. Stop taking iron pills and stuff like that. Okay. Then by the yesterday, that actually suggested I took some Ducalax and and discontinue eating any raw vegetables and fruits and vegetables. Okay, that because we don't want to have any of those chunks of stuff inside of in your intestines, and it's not really cleaned out. Which I like because my doctor, when I worked at the gastroenterologist office, back in 2017, they just said, take your soup prep, you know, from what I understand the day before, make sure you drink a lot of water. Like you have to drink like a gallon of water and you can't eat nothing. So I haven't had nothing to eat since yesterday dinner time. And I don't know, any other morning, there's no problem. Okay. But my stomach has been like, girl, girl. You know what I'm saying? Or more like, girl, girl. And nothing more wants me to, no, I don't want to do anything more than to eat like I normally eat. So I'm drinking a lot of water, as you can see, to kind of ward off the hungries. Because today I have to completely fast and just drink water in this solution and clear liquids like Sprite. You want to kind of keep away from any type of sodas, but you can use Crystal Light to flavor it because I heard it don't taste good. Okay, I've never had this done before, so I don't know. Um, but yeah, back on yesterday, on Wednesday, I was instructed to start taking, some Ducalax, but I didn't have that. I didn't have Ducalax, so I just been drinking water and really eating lightly, drinking broths and stuff like that. But you can do that. So I have me still a warm, clear tea here. It wouldn't be a morning chat if I didn't have my mug. So that part. So I am prepping for that. So I may be hangry on here a little bit, but that's not the main topic. So I really didn't rest very well last night because my stomach was like unusually grumpy. It's almost like it knew it's like you ain't gonna eat nothing tomorrow, aren't you? Now remember, I'm of the age where I had that vertical so bad for not eating anything of substance for so long. I'm kind of concerned about that. But I think if I stay hydrated, I should be good today. Okay. And then, of course, I'll be drinking this. So I'm pretty sure that's going to make me feel full until tomorrow morning. Man. And I mean, not even tomorrow morning. It's going to be late morning, too. Right? Boo. So I'm going to have to wait until late morning before I actually take my do my um colonoscopy and endoscopy. So, with that being said, if I feel like I'm kind of happier because I'm not going through what I was going through earlier this week, when I was off on Monday because I wasn't feeling good. Ooh, child. It wasn't pretty this past weekend. And I look forward to right after that procedure, I would tell myself, take me to Popeye Stack. But I'm not going to do that. Lord, I don't know if I took my blood pressure medication. I took my blood pressure medication. I did take my blood pressure medication. Because you have to still take it because if your blood pressure is high, they are not going to touch you. Okay? They're not going to put somebody with high blood pressure, with hypertension under, because you do have to be put to sleep for so that part. So let's move on. Let's not stop talking about stuff going up my booty and stuff like that. Morning announcements. Let's talk about morning announcements. Morning announcements. Last week's Friday's morning chat Thursdays. I'm already on Friday. Child. Last week's Thursday morning chat should be available on YouTube. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, that sounded so good. Let me make sure, and let me give you the title this time. Um, Come to me. Do. Can I talk to you? Okay, well, whatever. I don't want a few more. Just get me out of here, okay? Get me out of here. Okay, yay. Okay, a few less. How do I get out of here? Okay. It tells me it's updated, and then now I just want to get my YouTube. Okay, so last week the title of last week's morning chat was "Let's Talk Immigration." So go there, watch it, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a kin. You know what I mean? Also, now available on Fanbase. That is a black owned social media site, Fanbase, Fanbase. I will put in the descriptions this morning and in this YouTube video where you can go, Fanbase at According to Akara. I now will have some content that will be available for a subscription. If you pay a subscription for it, there's going to be some content that you can subscribe for. It's like a crowdfunding. And God's willing, by the end of this week, I'll have my Patreon um, available for you to go there as well. One of the shows that I will be doing on Fanbase and on Patreon is Sex Talk with um, Sashi. Sassy Sashi. Who's Sashi? That is my alter ego. You know, um, unless I change my name, and I'll let you know if I change the name. But right now, um, matter of fact, let's think of some sexy names. What's some sexy female names? Adele? They think Adele is sexy? Ew. Well, actually, Akara is quite sexy and unique, but I'm using it for this public platform where you're not subscribing and you're getting it for free. Mm. Area. I says, I'm a sex talk with Area. Boo. 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 I want something with an S. And I didn't want to say Sasha because Beyonce's alter ego is also Sasha. I think this is just giving me. I should have said stripper names. That's what I should have said. Shay Ella. What is this? Skyla? Sexy talk with Skyla. I don't, that doesn't make me feel sexy. That doesn't make me feel sexy as Skyla. Boo, Nikki, Devon, Kiera, JoJo, Kiki, Ricky, Harley. Now that is Daisy, a stripper name. Really? Holly? Yeah, I can see that being a stripper name. Gina, Jade, I can see that. Diamond. How many diamonds are there out there? Sophie. Now that don't sound like a stripper name at all. And I didn't want nothing like Mercedes or anything like that. So say she. Well, so I'm on right now as it stands. I'm gonna keep say she. Sex, sex talk with say she. Where I'm gonna talk about my sexual experience in the 50 years that I've been on this earth. Now, mind you, I haven't been having sex all 50 years. Okay, child. Uh, but it did start early at 14. Okay. The first topic is going to be my first time. So you're going to want to go ahead and go over sign up for fan base to get that content. I will be making that available. God's willing, by next Friday, I will have a video that will be available on fan base and Patreon. If not, tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. But nah, it ain't gonna be tomorrow. It's gonna be next Friday because I'll be recovering from having them go up my booty hole and down my throat. Okay. All right. All right. They need to go ahead and put them cameras up my booty hole and down my throat to confirm that I ain't got no types of cancer because I ain't. I'm healed in the name of Jesus. Hello. Mm-hmm. So, with that being said, let's move on to the main topic. So, I have been watching this series on Stars called Survivor's Remorse. Now, at first, I didn't really want to watch it because, to be honest with you, it had Mike Epps on it. And he is not my favorite person. He just rubbed me the wrong way. I started watching it and I found out Omar Epps. Omar Epps is cool with me, but Mike Epps, I'm like, his type of comedy really doesn't. I don't really like his type of comedy. It's a little too crass for me. Okay, what you're gonna do is fill out this screen. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know why this is not doing the full screen here. Okay. Just close the window. Just boo. I don't know what is wrong. Thank you. Good Lord Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm sorry. This is giving me a hard time. My computer. Girl. Dale? Okay, so anyway, and I've been watching it, but I began to watch it because they have Tashina Arnold in it, and then the little cute guy that I've seen in other movies and shows or whatever. I mean, it's a really nice show, and it's the name of it, Survivor's Remorse, and basically, it's a story about a young man that makes it out of the ghettos of Boston. Okay, and is he via basketball he becomes a professional basketball player, and I believe he's been traded from when he was working somewhere else. He's now in Atlanta playing for Atlanta, but not the Hawks. Okay, there is a fictitious basketball team that he's playing for in Atlanta, and he's making big money. And this young man has brought along his family, which includes his mama, his uncle, his sister, his cousin, and that's it. I think. Right? And so, in the beginning of watching this show, it was so cringeworthy. I'm gonna close this because it's irritating me that this outside this window is washing me out. So we're gonna have to close that. Yeah, until I can get me some better lighting. So he brings it, and it was cringeworthy at first, child, because it is like, you know how it is when someone is from the hood and they get money, a lot of money, really quick. Okay. And it was cringeworthy. Well, first of all, it was the first cringeworthy thing was when I saw Mike Epps on it. And then I knew it's all this is gonna be real cringy. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of characters that Mike Epps plays in movies and shows, they're not funny. He's kind of cringy to me. He's kind of creepy to me. And if I recall correctly, Mike Epps is a Scorpio, which Scorpios Scorpio scares your girl. Yep, he's a Scorpio. Scorpio scare your girl. I mean, some of aside from my sister and my brother, um, most of them scare me. Now, I have been there is a sexy dark chocolate of Jamaican descent Scorpio. My God, I love him. It's like I love him, but they still scary, you know. But I'm not gonna say his name, but he is tall, dark chocolate, and sexy. And I used to play kickball with this guy, and it's something about me and water signs. How, like, I have my heart just is full with love with cancers. It's just, I don't know. It's something about the cancers, the Scorpios, and the Pisces that just makes me want to just hug them and just like, you better not mess with my babies, okay? You better not. Especially the cancers, cancers especially. But them cancers, it's like I will beat your over a cancer. You hear me? I love them. I love cancers. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm never in love with a cancer, but I love them and just want to hold them and squeeze them and hold them so tight and protect them. I just love me a cancer. Maybe because they're direct on the zodiac chart circle, they're directly across from me. They are, I forgot what you call them, but they're the sign that's directly across from me. Where the beginning of winter, Capricorns marks the beginning of winter, and excuse me, Cancers mark the beginning of summer. So I don't know, I just love them. This one, the squeeze them, and I love them. And this tall, dark, and handsome Scorpio that I know. I used to love. He's always smelled good. He always looked good. He keeps himself in shape. To this day, I still follow him on Instagram and Facebook and all these other places. And he just I have my I no one. I better not hear someone did him wrong. Not that I feel like he wouldn't get him back though, because them some vindictive mother lovers, and they will hold a grudge until they get you back. Once they get you back, it's all love. Okay. Or then also with water signs, this one thing I do notice is that they will hold, some will, like, once I get you Scorpios, I know they will hold a grudge for the longest until they can get you back. Once they get you back, I'm not even sure if they're really cool with you. But once you get them back, once they get you back, I feel like they're Aries for sure. Once they cool off, it's like they never cussed you out. Or once they punched you in the face and beat you up, okay, now we can be friends. You know what I'm saying? They're really kind of like guys, you know what I'm saying? Once they fight, they cool. But that Scorpio, I just love him, but he's still scary. them Scorpios will stare at you, stare straight through to your soul. You know what I'm saying? They're not undressing you with their eyes, and they are undressing you with their eyes. They're doing both. They're looking deep into your soul. Okay, it's something that, I mean, when I first met that Scorpio, I met him on a ski trip on one of these black. It was so fun. Oh my God, we had such a good time. But he had this look where he would look at me, and it's just like, I'm like, first of all, I don't appreciate you looking into my soul like that, sir. Okay. So that part. Um, so woo. So, but going on, just that was the first thing. When I first saw Mike Epps, I turned it off. Oh, I don't want to watch this. But then it's like I had done all. I'm still waiting for the next episode of Raising Canaan of the new season. I believe Step Up, the series on Stars, which is a dance show drama, um, with Neo in it, is premiering this Saturday. I think either tomorrow or Saturday. Child. So that isn't coming. So that new series isn't even coming. Is not ready to watch. I done went through P Valley. I've been through all the powers. I'm waiting again. I'm waiting for the next episode of Raising Canaan. Next episode to air, and so I'm like, outside of watching movies more than once, actually, they really don't have a wide selection of movies to watch on. No. Mm-mm. If you want a wider selection, I was talking to a coworker. If you want to go to HBO, I'm like, you know what? Let's look at it. Fuck it. Mike Epson is going to be cringeworthy, whatever. But Tashina Arnold's in there. I'm seeing, like, go girl. Go girl. I see you working, Tashina. Okay? You go girl. I love her. And I'm so happy she is working. You know what I'm saying? And she's being her fabulous self. I mean, but all the other shows I was watching, Ambition, all these things, I'm just running through all the series on there, except for these weird, crazy shows that I probably end up doing because I'm going to be starring it up until these 3 months is over. Okay. But I was watching it, and at first it was real cringeworthy because it's like his mother was saying stuff that was she had an interview. They were on the red carpet for an event that was raising money for a child that got beat so bad by her parents that she had to wear a helmet to keep her braids in her head, according to the young man's agent, right? So she was on the red carpet talking about how she used to whoop his ass as a kid. And I'm like, I'm mad, but then it's like I was like, girl, you can't take the hood with you. You can't take the hood with you. Sometimes you gotta just leave your mama can't come to all the events. But then I'm a mama. What happens when my son becomes, and notice I said when, my son becomes this major music artist, okay? And he takes me to a major event or award show or something like that, and he get my house and all that stuff. I mean, and it's like, ooh, ooh. I mean, I guess maybe I'm watching this now so I can get used to acting like I'm supposed to be there and not embarrass my son or risk his brand talking about how I used to whoop his ass. But in the show, it's like you got this family members and they just taking advantage. Well, you can afford it. I know you're not charging me for this, and now you want to put me on payroll. Just give me the money. You got it. You got 100,000. I want to go to Brazil or whatever. And it was just like, it was, ooh, it was so bothering me. It's like, you can't, don't let me win the lottery. Okay. I am going to take care of my family, but not all, they won't be able to go with me everywhere. Now, I know because I've had a large sum of money given to me at one time, not lottery winning money, but when I did way too much for some people. Okay, I did way too much for some people. And yes, my friends benefited from the friends that I was around at that time benefited from me having this, this little bit of cash, you know, especially the closest ones to me because if I want to go to a show, well, girl, you coming with me. Or I one time drove to Augusta just to see Kevin Hart. Okay, and guess who went with me? My closest friend at that time. So they benefited from me partying, and I don't regret a dime that I did with that money. I don't regret it. I enjoyed myself with me. Okay, I enjoyed myself. I got to get some stuff done. I got to pay off some debts. I got to be philanthropic and give money away. I don't regret a thing. Okay. But if I want any money like 100 million or anything like that, um, I love myself. I love my son, but I wouldn't tell him ish until I've gotten all my money at least in its place. Okay, there's only one person I tell, and I ain't gonna tell y'all who that is. But I wouldn't tell my son. I wouldn't tell my son. I wouldn't tell my siblings. I wouldn't tell my living father. I wouldn't tell nobody. Okay? Not everybody can you take with you when you are successful. Some people you're just going to have to leave behind. And if they got a problem with it, it's funny. I was listening to Queen Amun Ra, the tarot card reader, and she basically was saying that, said, "Girl, you can't take everybody with you. You're gonna have to start telling people no. There's people that's still hanging out with you, and I don't know, like who is hanging out with me? Who is trying to stay close to me? I didn't iced out so many friends that I used to hang out with. I only have like I only got two people outside of my family, okay, that is around me. And if they're hanging on because they know that I got the sauce for success, ah, that's the saying. I got the sauce for success. You know what I'm saying? That they see in me success, then child, those two is just gonna have to they're gonna have to leech off of me. Okay, they are. I refuse to get rid of any more friends until proven guilty of doing something so heinous that I would have to cut them off. But I'm a Capricorn. I'll cut you off for looking at me wrong. Or it's like, she don't know. Like, if that was my mama, if my mama would have did something like that, like talking on the red carpet at an event for a child who got beat by her parents, and you talking about how you used to whoop me, and then when she was asked to rescind it and walk it back, like this is what I did, but I shouldn't have done. She was like, no, I'm not taking it back. Look at how he turned out. Look how he turned out. You know what I'm saying? All I can think is like, hurt people. Because I used to spank my son, I did, but I regret it now. I regret spanking my son at all. You know, I was watching a few years back, like like maybe even at the beginning of the pandemic, I watch and I support Kev on Stage. And I'm not sure if it was the Love Hour with him and his wife, or Righteous and Ratchet, that was one of the shows, or if it was Here's the Thing. But one of the things that he recognized, and I believe because he started seeing a therapist, but he realized that spanking, well, he realized early in his children's life that it was stupid for him to spank his kids for, like he spanked his kid like, don't hit your brother, but it's okay for you to hit me for hitting my brother. And it's like, yeah, it is kind of stupid. Why would you hit? You know what I'm saying? And he just kind of little swatted his butt a couple times. Hand, no belt, no car tracks, no extension cords, no switches. No torture devices like that. But he said something that has stuck with me. And it said, my parents spanked me because that was the easy way to do it. It was the quick way. They didn't have time to do a Cosby Show learning lesson and change the whole house around and teach them. That is the long way to teach them and tell them why they did what they were doing. Child, I used to spank my child, and I backed myself up with the scripture where it says, spare the rod, spoil the child. That doesn't mean you gotta beat them with the rod. And then, it's something. I got so many. I want to say so much at the same time. It's so funny how people will quote the Bible to support whatever they want to do. Okay. But in the same breath say that I don't really listen to the Bible because it was written by men. So you're not rightly dividing it. Okay. Recognize that this book was written and translated by men, and they put stuff there that is really kind of, sometimes it's a riddle, and you got to kind of see behind it. That's why you need to be reading the Bible with the guidance of the Holy Spirit, because you can read into something and be doing stuff thinking that you're being right when you're wrong. Okay? And really, the rod means it's like, if you spare disciplining your children, that doesn't mean beating them. It means teaching them why they were doing wrong. No, 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 don't do that. This is why it's bad. Okay? Like, some things you got to kind of let them do to understand. See, this is the reason why mommy told you to not do that. Sometimes you got to let them touch the fire. Okay? In order to, you have to allow them to touch the fire in order to let them understand that this is hot. This is why mommy doesn't want you to touch the iron. I'm not saying burn them, but if they're reaching up, sometimes just like with guidance, sometimes you got to let them fall to understand that's why mommy said don't do that. And break it down to them with guidance and love. Okay? Sometimes it's like, look, I don't want you to do this. Explain to them. This is why the repercussions of doing that is this. Take the time. But when you're a single mom and you're trying to raise your children and you hurt people, and then you got to factor in hurt people, so they were spanked. So they turned out fine, but you don't understand that was torture. That's bad, especially when you were whooped, like belts and racetrack tracks and extension cords and shoes and branches from a tree. You know what I'm saying? Made to do that, and this comes from us being slave and them disciplining us with whips and belts and whatever they can put their hands on. And it never really works. It just scares you to not want to be hit. Okay. Also, but on the flip side, just putting them in timeout might not work enough either. It's like, why am I in this corner? I don't get it. Think about what you did. What am I thinking of? What did you give them to think about while you have them in the room? You know what I'm saying? What was it that you are trying to teach them by punishing them, restricting their phone calls? What are you doing? How is that teaching them a lesson aside from that? Because once I became 12, and that was the time when my mom stopped spanking, doing corporate punishment like hands on spankings and whoopings, where it went to punishment and grounding. And I really just didn't learn anything. I never understood why until I did what my mom told me not to do. And then I didn't, I was like, oh, now I see why she told me not to do that. You know what I'm saying? And it would have been all the help because my mom had the time. She was a stay at home mom, but she did what she was taught when she was a kid. Her mama whooped her, she whooped me, her mama whooped them. So that's what we did. We did based off what we learned. And hurt people hurt people. That's the same reason why Diddy gives people the typical music contract that he did. He did it and it was making money from him. That's how they did. That's how artists pay dues, getting in crappy contracts with their record company before it's like, oh, but as soon as I get out of this, I won't let that happen to me again. And that's how they learn by paying dues, by getting screwed first. But that's stupid. You don't have to do the same thing that other people did. But the main topic is what I'm really talking about is sometimes you can't take people with you. So going back, because this went into a whole disciplinarian topic and I wasn't trying to go there. When you make it, and you will, and you come into your success, whatever you call success, there's going to be some people from your past that you're going to have to leave there. And you'll know who you need to leave there when you tell them no. Because those people never was there with you. They're going to get mad when you say, no, I'm not going to give you $100,000. No. For this wing shop that you dreamt up, you had in your dreams, and you never even wanted to, you don't even like cooking, but you want to own a wing shop. You don't even like the product that you're selling. You don't even like doing what you're doing. And you want me to fund this business venture? No. A real friend, a real supporter, even family members can be like that. They will get on, and that's what I saw in that movie. I mean, I keep calling it a movie, but it's a show on Stars on Survivor's Remorse. Is the entitlement of his family and of his family per se. Now there's someone's like, you know what, look, I'm understanding this is your brand and I want to make sure you stay doing what you're doing. His cousin is managing him and you making sure he's not just spending to spend and not have anything. And the young guy just wants to help out and give. That's the reason why it's called survivor's remorse. He feels like he survived the hood and he made it out, and he wants to reach back and help out all the people that didn't make it. And that will end you up like MC Hammer, broke, trying to reach back and bring your whole hood with you. Not all of them were meant to get out. If they were, they'd make it out. Okay? And he has so many people on, you know what I'm saying? So you in order to move ahead, that is the ruthlessness that some people say. Like Jay-Z didn't take his whole hood with him. Okay? And when he needs to leave Dame Dash in the behind, that's exactly what he did. Dame Dash don't like it, but he's a little too crass for where Jay was going. Okay. Where he was going is where he is now and beyond. Now, not to say that Dame Dash is not a good businessman, but you've seen him in those old Rockefeller videos. He's just a really crass guy. Okay. And where Jay was going, he couldn't take Dame with him. Okay. Dame is still hood. He's still hood. And again, there's nothing wrong with being hood because it's working for him. From what I understand, Dame Dash is very successful, but he's still hood. There's some places like I was saying, like my mom would have embarrassed me like that. My mom would not be going to any major high class event with me ever. Okay? Oh no. Let me tell you something. This auntie do not like being embarrassed. Okay? Mm-mm. I would never take you again. I would never take you to anything classy again. Okay? You will not be going with me. Mm-mm. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Now, and it also depends. It depends on how it would have been. If you embarrassed me because you came in the wrong type of clothes, I might like, girl, you wearing the wrong thing. You got on stripper clothes, baby girl. This is not the place for that. This is ballroom gown type of situation. That's one of the things I like about Cardi B. Like, I mean, she from the hood and she's down for whatever. But when it's time to class it up, she knows she cleans up very well. Okay? But she's still kind of little she's still gonna be her, but I like that she's still kind of her. She knows how to class it up, at least dress classy. Okay. Um, yeah. But it was whatever. So I'm just saying that just the auntie lesson of the day is you can't take them all with you. And you got to know which ones isn't. And I'm the first tip on knowing who you can and cannot take with you is the ones that get mad. The ones you need to leave behind is the ones that get mad when you tell them no. No. You can't go to this event with me. No. I'm not giving you that money. No, I'm not buying you that car. You got the money, stop counting my pockets. No. I don't care if I have all the money. I don't care if I'm a gazillionaire. The answer is no. And they get mad at you. They were just there for the money. And they're entitled. Leave them in the past. They'll get over it. The real ones be like, I understand. The real ones won't even ask you for money because I'm gonna tell you when I had my little bit of cash, as me and my family, my siblings called the Met Life, like when we had the Met Life going on, I can say of those friends that did benefit of me having a little extra skrilla in my pocket, not one of them asked for it. Not one of them asked for it. And that's what made it so much easier and so much better to give to them. Some of them I had to trick into getting them something. I had to go and get it and say, here, you need this computer. Okay? You need this. Here. Some of them I sat and talked to them, and every time I was around, I'm listening to whatever they say, and they don't know I'm waiting for that one thing that I can get that person that they really want or really need. Okay. Then there's other my female friends is that they just got a little, and I promise you, it wasn't anything. It wasn't much, but it was something just to say my appreciation for being my friend and dealing with me and being there for me when I didn't, when I needed a friend. Especially doing when my mom passed. There was some that was just really there for me, you know. And some of them I don't. Most of the females I don't speak to this day. I don't speak to too often. I don't hang out with them like that. Um, it's no love lost. It's just again, I'm a Capricorn. I'm gonna cut you off because it's like, you know what? I'm offended that you did that. I still love you, but I realize I can't with you. I can't hang out with you. I can't hang out with you. You're a little too crafty. You're a little too loud for me. You're a little too gaudy. You're a little too trashy for me. I mean, not that I'm better for it than you. I just know I don't want to be around anybody like that. That's just my preference. And it's like I love you, but no. Okay. Even though I know I can be crass at times, I can say things in the wrong timing. That is true. I know I can. And you know what? If I am that person, I understand why they don't want me to come. You know what I'm saying? But then other people just don't want me to come because they be in their feelings because what I said was true. Boop. That's where the conflict came in when I was watching the show because I was so mad at what the mama said, but then it's like, but she's keeping it 100. You know what I'm saying? She's keeping it 100 because I used to be that woman, and yes, I really agreed in corporal punishment. You know what I'm saying? But and I was that person, so it's like some of it was like and then someone was like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So I know, I'm all over the place, but that was it. Some people you just gotta leave behind as you make it up to where your success level is. And that could be anything. If you want to be the manager of the bus company that you work for and you get there and you get you a house, guess what? Your mama can't don't have to move in with you. Like when my son becomes a major music artist and he has his garages and everything, I don't, I mean, he said he wants to get me a house, but if he doesn't get me a house, I'm still supporting my baby. Okay? I'm going to be proud living in my apartment. You know? I'm not going to say, well, son, you told me you going to get me a house. I want him to give it to me because this is something he always wanted to do for his mother. Okay? If he wants to retire me, thank you. I'm okay with that. But if he doesn't and he still like he feels I don't want to. I even hate when I ask him to do stuff for me when I should be able to take it. I don't even like asking him for that. You know what I'm saying? I hate asking him for that. I really do. But sometimes you gotta ask. You can't just be hanging out there in need, and he can help out. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I just really don't like doing that. I really don't, and I'm sure he doesn't feel that way at times. But if he doesn't have it, it's like, if you don't worry about it, bruh. Just do what you do because I know you're surviving too. You know what I'm saying? So I have went on for almost an hour. So I told you once I'm home and I'm relaxed and I ain't going nowhere, I tend to just go on and on and on and on and on. Anyway, that's all I have for you. Remember, love yourself. Fill yourself up before you love your neighbor. You can't love nobody else if you don't love yourself. And then love your neighbor and stay authentic. You could be authentic and classy at the same time. Okay? Yeah, and you're not going to be the same person that you were years ago. Let me get out of here. I'm going to go and get out of here because I got to start taking this prep and being on the toilet for the rest of the day. I know y'all didn't want to hear that, but your auntie said it. That's right. I'm going to say what I'm on. Anyway, You all have a good one, and I will see you tomorrow, right before I go on my procedure. Bye. Well, not right before, but early. I might come on early, so that I can get this out of the way, so I can just go ahead and concentrate with going to my procedure. Anyway, talk to you later. Bye.